Now, the AmaHlubi Nation in the Eastern Cape has hosted a celebratory event to mark the start of the initiation season. Members of this tribe gathered in Stackspray to pledge their commitment to ensuring a safe period for initiates. Since the start of the winter initiation season, at least 3 initiates have died in the province. AmaHlubi also emphasized the importance of involving women to participate in the initiation custom. The AmaHlubi Nation came from across the province to celebrate their culture. They discussed ways of ensuring that no boys get injured or die at initiation schools. They want the nations that experience deaths of initiates to learn from their ways of handling the custom. The AmaHlubi Nation believes that women, especially mothers of initiates, have equal roles to play in the initiation custom. Meanwhile, 3 initiates have died since the start of the winter season in the province.
Bad one is one of those albatross that we have to deal with to date. We have lost 3 young lives already as I'm standing here. That's the report that I have. Again, because of challenges that cannot be easily explained. Some still continue with illegal initiations, young boys, less than the age that is required, being taken to the initiation. I know the law is actually biting there, but people continue to disobey the law, and we are still saying law enforcement must leave no stone unturned.
Let's get more reaction on this on the initiation season. We're joined now by AmaHlubi Secretary General Mpumelelo Makapela. A very good evening to you, sir. Thank you so much for your time. As you mark the start of the initiation season, I know that right at the forefront is the issue around deaths. How are you going to ensure that you reduce those numbers and that the boys enter and leave and still go out to be with their families? Speak to us about that, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, and good evening to you and to your viewers. Thanks for having me. AmaHlubi have got no deaths. Let me start by saying that. AmaHlubi has got no death because they prepare well for boys who are supposed or expected to be taken to the initiation school. First of all, the mothers to the boys are actually involved in every step for the boys to be actually taken to the initiation school. We are doing this in a different way. Our forefathers used to have a long time before they get to the school itself to actually prepare them, to allow many people to talk to them. Sometimes then they may even take a month before they get to the actual school. But these days, because these boys are at school, we take a week or 2 weeks. We call that ukuteza. So when they are actually in that period, their mothers should be actually around the homestead. In other words, if they are working, they need to be at home. Also, for instance, the mother has got a role at the young age. There's a ritual that is actually done by women for the boy. So the boy can't be actually taken to the initiation school without having done Mpumelelo. We also trace the life of the boy. You'll find that sometimes the mother has actually deceased. Now he has got no mother, he died, or the father, or the sibling before the boy is dead. that as well there is a ritual that is supposed to be done. Because if those are not done, so the boy will have complications. So that's one of the reasons why we don't have deaths. If we've got the death, we trace that because, one, we believe that culture is the set of shared attitudes, values, goals, and practices that characterizes an institution or an organization. So we take the initiation school as an organization or as an institution. Therefore, it's not something that is done by an individual. Now, as if I'm a parent, I'm taking my boy to the initiation school, all levels of men who have graduated, being men, graduating from the initiation school should be part of that, especially the young men. Young men, when they are there, there's no way that they can actually violate the boys. For instance, I've heard you here that in other areas there are abduction.
Yes.
We do not have that. In fact, that is not the custom. So that is criminal. So police will are supposed actually to take or the law should take its course. So that's why I'm saying in our area, you will never ever hear of a boy from the Hlubi nation demised whilst he is actually every minute, every hour, a boy should be protected. It should be surrounded. For instance, the parent.
If you'll allow me, so just to get there, I mean, you emphasize that you don't take shortcuts and you follow through with the process, doing your research and ensuring that there is some spiritual rituals that are done to ensure the protection and the involvement of the mother. Talk to us then about why we're seeing so many of these other initiation schools mushrooming across various parts of the province and not taking the great care that you describe the AmaHlubi nation prides itself in ensuring that the young men go into this process and come out well and stronger and able to contribute to their communities.
Thanks, ma'am. Immediately you have a man that has graduated, who was taken violently to an initiation, to a process which is called the initiation school. For instance, the abduction itself is violent. And the person who is taken against his will try to fight. So in the process of fighting, he may be killed. And people are actually mistaken to say it is the custom that has killed the boy. It's just, for instance, I've heard here, I don't know whether it was the premier, but I heard the voice as if it is Premier Mabuyane.
Yes.
Talk about the bogus schools. In Stakespread, you will never see that. For instance, now we know how many initiation schools will be actually convened by December.
Very well, sir. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut you short, but I do thank you for speaking to us and taking great pride in the AmaHlubi nation in the Eastern Cape as the initiation season gets underway.